Hey everyone, and welcome to this live market analysis with your host, Dre Day FX. So, as we do every weekdays from Monday to Friday, we do some market analysis, especially on US 30, SSP 500, and NASDAQ 100, using my own indicator that is called the EMX AI indicator that use exponential moving averages, average directional index or ADX, and my own entry mechanism that is called the well entry. And in conjunction with the Renko bars. So the Renko bars is based off of points, so points movement in the market and not based on time in comparison to the candlesticks. So the premise is that we're looking for a confirmation of the direction with the entry. So when you get an entry here, for example, the sell here that we had, so we put a vertical line on that entry point right here. So how do you trade that signal? Is that you're waiting for the reversal of the price here. So we're gonna put a vertical line here, a horizontal line, sorry. So on top of the Renko bar. So if it's off of this Renko bar, you put it on top of it. So that will be your stop loss. But if it's like this, you have to put it on top of the previous swing. Okay. So if it's really tight like that, make sure you put it on top of the previous swing. So that will be here. So that will be a stop loss. And then your take profit will be the next reversal point. So that will be here. Okay. So that means that at the end of this move, you would be out of the trade. And another thing that you could add is the next time that the EMAs cross, that will be your exit point if it's really tight like that. Okay. But usually you have bigger movement like this. Those are cleaner entries and you could get out like that. So currently we're going to have there will be the um, the PMI news at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, so 50 minutes after the market open. So usually on Fridays, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna look at. Usually, I do not trade, so we're just gonna look at the movement in the market. So right now my screen should be shared. So if you don't see my screen, make sure to get out and get back in. So the screen should be showing the trading view chart. Perfect. So like I said, at 9:45, there will be news events. So we're just gonna look at what's gonna happen overall on in the market. And if like I said, if you have any questions in regards to the system or anything like that, just make sure to put them in the chat. And if you want to have access to the EMX AI indicator, you're you just have to send me an email to DreDayFX management at gmail.com. So DreDayFX management at gmail.com. So the email will be in the description of this live or on our previous lives that we had here. So this week we had the big movements here on each indices, especially after the FOMC news event that we had on Wednesday. So if we go back, that was the FOMC news event, and since then we were selling off. And if you took the trade off of a higher time frame, you should still be in the trade until now. Okay. But if you're looking at the 50-minute chart, uh, you had a sell signal here, then another buy, a sell signal there, then you had a sell, and then you had another buy that was not there anymore, but the overall trend was a bearish trend. So if you're looking at the higher time frame on the Renkos, you should have kept your trade on since Wednesday. So it was setting off. And the highest point of the week was when FOMC news hit. So we still have less than 7 minutes left before market open. So we're gonna see how everything goes. Perfect. So everything is good regarding of the screen. I don't know, Leon, did you had any result that you had here since yesterday? I know you were on a CAD JPY trade since yesterday. So I don't know if you were out of that trade or it's still running. So I'm just gonna put a horizontal line here just to see something in regards to the higher time frame. So that's exactly what I'm saying to you guys. So if you look at the Renko bar on the Renko bar price movement on the hourly chart, the line that you're seeing here is this line. Okay. So this is where we had FOMC. And then since then, it was bearish. So if you were looking at the Renko bar on the higher time frame and you took an entry here, you will still be in the trade. So when you look at the higher time frame Renko bars, that's another nugget I'm giving you right now, is that you're only going to be looking at taking the trades in the same direction as the Renko bar. Okay. So if you're taking your position on the 50-minute chart, but you're looking on the higher time frame Renko bar movement on the 1 hour chart, you're able to keep your trade on and just taking only the sell signals. Okay. So that's a nugget for you guys. So just make sure to take notes on that. But I'm just gonna make sure that I put back the Renko on the 50 minutes because that's what I'm going to be looking at for this session. So we do the sessions here as always from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that will be from Monday to Friday. So we'll see how the news, the PMI news, will hit the market. I'm just gonna make sure that this is clear for you guys to see and to follow along. Perfect. Okay, so Leon said that the good results. Can't do you done. Perfect. Great. So you had multiple signals here, and you followed, so that's perfect. Yeah, and I see that you sent me some results. That's perfect. So congrats on that. So just keep it on. Like I said, the system will be optimized in the near future regarding different options that are currently missing here, and that will help out a lot. All right, perfect. So market will open in less than a minute. So let's see how everything will go. So far, we're looking at bearish movement on each indices here that we're looking at. And if you look at the Renko bars, it's showing us as a bearish sentiment here. So 9:30 candle came in. And like I said to you guys, is that I'm only taking trades based off of the entry mechanism that I have. So as long as I don't see a signal, I'm not taking the trade. And if you have like a prop firm account or you have a broker that doesn't allow any news events, make sure to to avoid the news if they don't allow the news to be traded. Right now we have SSP 500 as a sell. So if we're looking at the Renko bars based on the explanation that I gave you guys at the beginning, you would have to put your stop loss at the top of the Renko bar or at the top of the wick of the previous Renko bar or at the swing of the move. Okay, so if you see that the Renko bar, when you put your stop loss, it's really tight, make sure you put your stop loss at the previous swing. So the highest point here will be here, or the Renko bar will be around, let me put a horizontal line. So that will be right there. Okay, so you have the option to put it here, or you put it at the top of the swing, the previous swing. Okay, so if you want to have like more leeway, just to give more breathing room, make sure you put it like that. But since we're not, since there will be news here in less than 15 minutes, uh, I would highly recommend you guys to not take any trades. If you see like a signal, maybe 15 minutes before the news event, do not take the signal. Okay. As you can see right now, it says SPX buy. It was a sell and then it was a buy. So that's why I'm telling you guys to not take trades before news events, because it's gonna go hectic a little bit. But if the news event is already finished and then you have a signal, that will be the best time to take the trade. Okay, so really after, maybe I would say 15 minutes to 30 minutes after the news event is done. Like yes, on Wednesday there was FOMC. We did have a few signal that came in 30 minutes before the news event, and then 15 minutes after the news event. And the signal that was done after the news event was the good signal to take, because it was taking the actual trend continuation in the downside. Yeah, it's really high risk to trade on news. Exactly. That's why I tell you guys to avoid to trade the news. But if you do a back test, basically a back test of EMX AI when there were news event, you're gonna see that most of the time it's pretty much accurate and taking the trade in the same direction as the news after the news. So we have Nasdaq that is showing you us a sell signal here. Once again, we would have to wait until the news event is done. So basically, since the news event is at 9:45, I would start trading it at 10 o'clock or 10:15. So if we have a signal between 10 o'clock and 10:15 or afterwards, that will be the best time to trade. And sometime it's going to give you the actual signal on the actual news event time. So that means that right now We have a sell at that started at 9:30, 9:30, 35 on US 30 and S&P 500. Sorry, S&P 500 and Nasdaq. So we may we may see like a continuation in a downside for the rest of the day. So it depends. But on Friday, personally, I would stop trading at before 12 p.m. So before noon. So far the market is looking bearish. But like I said, we're still gonna wait until the news event comes in to see exactly if there will be a continuation in the downside or it's gonna reverse and going on the upside. right, so less than a few seconds here before the news. So we have the PMI. So it's the purchase merchandise index news event. So I'm just gonna look at the what was the actual forecast or anything like that. So we still have 10 seconds. So the forecast was waiting for a second. So four. So here, so we're in the news right now. I'm just looking at the results here of PMI. So yeah, so we have positive news. So we should see some a push up in the market. So let's look. So positive news should give us some push in the upside in the market. Yeah, so everything is positive right now. So yeah, perfect. So now the news is out. Like I said, we're gonna wait until 10 to see where everything will go. So we had the Nasdaq buy signal. So it's starting to reverse, guys. So we're gonna wait until the confirmation of the reversal and see exactly if it's gonna continue up or it's gonna continue down. But based on the news event, it should push up. So that was basically a fake out. It may have been a fake out here in the downside to trap positions going short. Okay, so that was basically a stop hunt that they're doing right now, and that's the reason why you need to wait until the news event is out to confirm where you should position yourself in the market. And if we're looking at the Renko bars right now, the Renko bar is still showing us a bearish movement. It's starting to create a bullish Renko bar, like right here. So when this bullish Renko bar is closed and it's fully closed, that will confirm us a reversal in the market. So that's the same thing that we're looking at. SSP 500. Still not quite no decision on that. and US 30 still nothing. US 30 is still going down. But we're waiting for confirmation on where the market wants to go. Market maker manipulation. Yes, 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 Leon, but yes and no. Why? Because news is there just to trap people, right? But when you know exactly how to look at news, and how to translate the news data on the chart, you're able to minimize your loss here, okay, and minimize some stupid, I would say stupid position. So if anyone didn't look at the news event and would have taken the sell setup that they're saying right now, they wouldn't be in big drawdown, or they've been stopped out already. And that's the reason why I always say mm, to make sure that the news event is already passed, and then you look at the market and see if you have a confirmation of a downside on the chart. So DXY 50-minute chart. So signal. Yeah. So DXY. So if you have DXY on the chart, yeah, if you have a sectional, that's good. So yeah, so anyone that's trading like futures, I forgot to tell you, futures is gonna work too. So if you're trading futures contracts or anything like that, EMX AI will work on futures. So if you like to look at DXY, QQQ, EQ, it's gonna work. So still have less than 8 minutes left to after the news event. So we'll wait and see. All right. So far, so we have what? Less than 3 minutes here left after this news event. So we had for US 30, it was still tanking here after the news event. For SSP 500, still looking bearish here if you're looking at the Renko bars. And for NASDAQ, we did have a push up, but no indication that it's going to reverse yet. We have the Renko bar that is being created here in the upside. So we'll see. We'll see how everything will play out. So once again, if it's the first time that you're seeing this live, my name is Dre Day FX. So what we're doing here every weekdays from Monday to Friday on New York session. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing some live market analysis using my EMX AI indicator that you're seeing right now. So it's based off of multiple indicators and an entry mechanism. So we have EMAs, we have average directional index, and my entry that is the blue color scheme that you see in the back. So as long as you have a blue color scheme and it's filtering out the entry points in the lower time frame off of the current time frame that you're trading on, meaning that right now we're looking at the 15-minute chart, and the entry mechanism is filtering out entries off of the lower time frame of the 15-minute chart, and that will give you an actual signal here that you're seeing. So you're going to see a sell signal for a downtrend and a buy signal for uptrend, and on top of that, you have the Renko bars that you see in the bottom. That gives you an actual directional indication of the market. So the Renko bars are based off of points and not off of time. So how do you work it is that when you get an entry signal, you put your stop loss at the previous Renko bar or at the top of the swing. Okay. So in that case, the top of the swing will be here, and you put your stop loss. The stop loss will be here, and your entry will be on that candle. And then your take profit will be the next reversal Renko bar will be when you get out of the trade, or when the trade goes in the opposite way if it's really tight. Okay. So we did have a lot of success here overall this week, especially on FOMC on Wednesday. And make sure to look at my previous lives here that we did. So we started doing live the last few weeks. And if you need some more inquiry about the actual indicator, you're able to send me an email to dredayfxmanagement@gmail.com. So that's dredayfxmanagement@gmail.com. And we could discuss on how to get the hands on that indicator. So it's really a limited amount of license that I have to provide because I want to make sure that this setup here is really limited here. Okay. So right now, we did have on NASDAQ, we have a confirmation of a reversal going on upside. So we're looking for buys right now. That means that it did confirm that this setup here was a fake out based off of the news event that we had. Like I said, you have to wait until the news is finished before taking any position. So now I'm waiting. We will be waiting for our next entry on the upside. Same thing for US SSP 500 and for US 30. It did start to reverse, but the Renko bar is still looking bearish here. Okay, for SSP 500, still no decision here on where the market will go. Still looking bearish here overall, but we're waiting for the next Renko bar to be created. All right, so we have a buy on SSP 500. So we're still waiting for the confirmation. So it did create a buy, but as you can see, don't see the signal. Yeah, we do see the signal. Sorry about that. So that means that if you're taking that signal, the way that you take the trade here is that you put a horizontal line at the previous swing. Okay, so that will be your stop loss. So that price will be your stop loss. And then your take profit will be the next reversal. Okay, so you're going to be looking at the Renko bar and see exactly when the price will show you this. So that means that after a move going up, we should see a reversal, and on that Renko bar, you're taking your take profit. Okay. So same thing on US 30. So we did have a confirmation for a buy here. So same thing. So waiting on that. You put your stop loss on the previous Renko bar. That'll be a stop loss, and your take profit would be the next reversal. Okay. So like I said, you would have to make sure that the news event goes out and you take your position there. Okay, great, Leon. That's perfect. But like I said, Leon, on my end, with the setup that I have, especially with the indicator, you could add technical analysis on it if you want to. If it's your style, that's perfect. But since I created that, it's been months that I didn't look at support resistance, supply and demand, anything like that. Fair value gap, Asian low, Asian high. It's good to know, but when you know exactly when to start trading and get out of the trade, you're going to minimize your risk, and you just have to follow along with the indicator and the indication of when to get in and when to get out. But if the indicator and especially the Renkos are helping you trade and you have a good base of trading, you're gonna be profitable for sure. And based on the result that you send me, Leon, you're you're right there. So less than 6 minutes until the next candle. So we did had a buy signal here on SSP 500. We did had one on US 30 on that candle. So I'm expecting to have some bullish movement overall, maybe until the end of the day. But like I said, we're going to be here until 11 a.m. So we still have less than 50 minutes left on this live session. And if you have any questions in relation to the market or anything like that, let me know. So we did have the PMI news at 9:45 today. So 15 minutes after market open. So we did have a push down at 9:30, and then on the news event, it did do a big bullish engulfing candle on most of the indices that we're looking at. And now we're looking bullish here. All right, so 10:15. So it seems to have the market to reverse. So that's why the like I said, if you have like news like that, if you're really a experienced trader, you're able to take those trades, but sometimes it's gonna wipe you out and go on the same direction as it was supposed to go. So as you can see, we had good news and then it pushed up and then it's just continuing going down now. So that's on S&P 500 at the Nasdaq, and that's one of the reasons why that we do not trade on Friday. I do not trade on Friday too, is because there's some low volume and it's the end of the weekly candle too. So you have to take that in consideration. So since it's Friday, what we're gonna do? I usually cut it short a little bit earlier on Friday, like usually an hour session. Since we had some news, we saw exactly what news did overall. And if let's say you like to trade news, I would highly recommend to you to put your chart on the lowest time frame possible. So I would highly recommend like the 5 minute chart instead of the 15. The reason why is that you're able to catch the move a little bit earlier and get some quick scalp in in the news event. Because right now, if you saw, it did went up and then went back down. So if you're really a good scalper, a good sniper, you're able to take advantage of those type of moves. Well, me personally, I do not trade like that. But if you're someone that loves to do that, you're able to do it with EMX AI. So the time and the days that I trade most of the time will be between Monday and Thursday. But, and that will be New York session. So from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometime I do trade in the afternoon, depending exactly if there's news events or I see a potential setup that will be created a little bit later on. So that's why I always put my signals that you're seeing right now on between 9:30 until I would say around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I can know see exactly where the signal are put, and if I have good setups to take. So now it's ranging a little bit right now after the news that came out. So the session will close in less than 9 minutes. So that will be our final candle. So if you want to continue on looking at the chart until the rest of the market session, you're able to do so. But since it's Friday and the news event already passed, we're gonna cut it a little bit short today. So we're gonna close out 30 minutes earlier. Unless if you have any questions, guys, make sure to put it in the chat or anything they want to say. Just put it in the chat because this live is done for you guys. So so don't be shy to ask your questions. Okay, so do you trade with the 1 hour time frame signal? So yes. So like I said, the time frame that I trade most of the time will be the 15-minute chart, the 1 hour, even the 2 hour and 3 hour time frame. So so 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hours. So 15 minutes really, I use it 15 minutes only for intraday trading. But if I want to do some swing trading, the 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hour time frame are the best, especially with the indicator. So you could play with it and see exactly which one is good for you. But you could start with the 1 hour chart. And go from there. But you're gonna have good results overall with any time frame. So me personally, I use the 15, the 1 minute, 1 hour, the 2 hour, and the 3 hour. But like I said, just trade the time frame that make that's best for you. And but if you're really comfortable with the 15 minutes, that's perfect. But the higher time frame that you're trading, the less signals you're gonna receive, but the more risk to reward and profit you're gonna go you're going to be able to aim for on the higher time frame. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so less than 4 minutes left to the live. So let's reconvene and see where we at. So as you can see, we had some few wicks on the last 30 minutes after news event. So there's still some indecisions here in where the market wants to go. For US 30, we had a it's still ranging here. So still somewhat consolidation here overall. But like I said, Fridays, usually it's the better off to take that day off and enjoy your weekend earlier. Yeah, exactly. US 30, SSC 500, and NASDAQs are moving usually this in the same way. So that's why I love to trade those, because you're able to piggyback on every charts in the same direction most of the time. So they're pretty good. And usually, if you trade the New York session, just trade everything that has US USD in it. So gold, silver, even USD pairs like USD CAD. So, but anything that has USD in the front, so USD, even USD Singapore. If you remember, I give that nugget to you, Leon. I think a few months ago, that U.S. Singapore is good. Even USD ZAR, you could trade USD ZAR. This is a pretty good. Pair, and anything against the USD is good too to trade on in US. So as long as you know exactly the buys and you know the direction of the DXY, you're able to trade anything that has DXY in it and take profit. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you to be on the live. Make sure to come back on Monday. So Monday at 9:15, we're going to start looking at the market. So as we all do, is that I'll give you the details of how the system works before market opens, and then we're going to look at the entries together here from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, if you have any questions in regards to the indicator, make sure to send me an email at Dre Day FX management@gmail.com. So Dre Day FX management@gmail.com. And I'll be able to provide you with more details of the setup. So that's it for today. So wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed, and we'll get back on Monday. Talk to you soon.